Good day everyone, my name is Shava the tutor. Now in the previous video we talked about the difference between gaseous exchange, breathing and cellular respiration. In this video we're going to continue from there and talk about the requirements for an effective gaseous exchange system. Now in order for gaseous exchange to occur effectively, there must first be a large surface area. When we talk about the large surface area, let's say for example we had this circle and this bigger circle, and let's say inside these circles it is where gaseous exchange occurs. Now in this smaller circle, because the circle is very small, that means there's only going to be a limited amount of air that is going to be to get inside this circle compared to this one. That means in this smaller circle there's going to be less gaseous exchange, and in this bigger circle it is going to be a more gaseous exchange, because this one is larger, and therefore there's a large surface area for the gaseous exchange to occur. Now another thing that we can talk about is the exchange surface must be thin for quick diffusion. Now for this one, let's say we had the wall, a thicker wall, and a thinner wall. Remember, gaseous exchange occurs through the process called diffusion, which is the movement of particles from an area of high concentration to an area of a lower concentration. Now let's say oxygen had to pass through this wall. This wall is very thick. It will take time for the oxygen to diffuse through this wall compared to this thin wall. Therefore a thin wall is more efficient for gaseous exchange to occur. Now another point, we have the exchange surface must be kept moist. This is so that the gases can dissolve before they diffuse, and this is also to keep the alveolar cells from drying out. Another thing that we can talk about is the protection for the gaseous exchange organ. Now remember, the gaseous exchange organ here, mainly we're talking about the lungs. And the lungs, a lung is a very delicate structure, therefore it needs to be protected. That's why we have the thoracic cavity, which contains the rib cage, the sternum, and also the vertebral column, protecting the lungs. Now we also need an efficient transport system. The efficient transport system is for It's for so that the gases can be transported into and outside our body. Now when the oxygen comes inside our body, there needs to be a transport system that is going to transport the oxygen to our body cells, so that cellular respiration can occur and we can obtain energy. And also, as a result, when our body functions, it releases a carbon dioxide. So that carbon dioxide needs to be transported to the gaseous exchange organ, which is the lung, so that it can be removed from the body. Another point that we can talk about is a well ventilated area. Now with a well-ventilated area, we're talking about an area that has an opening to allow substances to come in and out. Now let's say for this example, I've drawn these circles to show when I was explaining the large surface area. Do you see these circles do not have an opening? Let's say the carbon dioxide from our body were to diffuse inside this circle. It will not be able to leave this circle, because this circle is not well ventilated. It is closed. Therefore there is no there's no opening that for the carbon dioxide to leave, and there's also no opening for the oxygen that we breathe in to come inside. Therefore we need a well ventilated area. That means the structure must have an opening. The structure must have an opening to allow the oxygen to come in, and also to allow the carbon dioxide to leave.